Okay, guys, highlights from GreatStockPicks.com on Thursday, March 21st. You know what? You couldn't even tell that Ross Stores ROST reported. Looking at the volume, I mean, look at this. There's nothing unusual about. I mean, look at yesterday before the close. I think it had more volume than it did after they reported this morning. So the only reason I had this on watch is because I knew they reported. And you can see it was chaos. There was the open, straight down, then straight up, then back down. It was kind of chaotic. But once things settled down, this became interesting to me. And the daily chart is beaten up. And so my thinking was beaten up. Earnings are behind it now, right? And so now it's kind of free to do. After this chaos, it's kind of free to make its move. And so you can see this kind of tight base right here. I typed in the chat room, watching this base on Ross Stores or something like that, and went ahead and called it long when it got to 56.60. All right, worst case stop on ROST, 25 cents below, basically below this base. Base break, stop below the base, high of day just to the left. So there's a good chance you get to 56.60, you know, short start to cover, you get through the high of the day and you get a nice move, and here it goes. Look at that. It was just straight up. My one time I said I like to sell, or a good idea to sell, was up here around 58. It was hitting the 50-day moving average. Plus, we were getting what we look for, shape to the upside. It's always a fun problem to have when you take something down here and you start to get that shape to the upside. And I scaled out some before that, but that was my last sell suggestion, was around 58. And that ended up being pretty close to the high of the day. Ross Stores, my best call today. BMC ended up on my radar because of this crazy move. It jumped up here, got halted, and then on this pullback here, I called it at 45.25. Worst case stop 45 even. And it doesn't look like much, but we got to move almost to 46. We got to move from 45.25 to 45.95. Plenty of time to take profits anywhere in there. Other calls I made were GLUU. GLUU over this little flag. I had it on bounce watch today, so I called it 321 with a 317 stop. Not a bad risk reward, 4 cents, and there's a trigger, and I went to whatever it went to, 338 I think, which isn't bad from 321 percentage wise. I also called INVN over this candle right here as a possible bottoming play, and I only got about a dime on some, and then it was back to my entry. I was back out. It ended up grinding the rest of the day. By the way, INVN deserves to be on your watch list. You're starting to get shaped to the downside, and you have some support around 10 bucks. So this will be on bounce watch, and we'll be watching this in the $10 area if it gets there tomorrow for a potential long idea. What else did I call today? Oh, SRPT, I made a nasty error on. I had this on bounce watch because it's been really strong lately. You had a couple red days after breaking out up into the gap. And so I had it on bounce watch and called it long. Once I saw this volume, I just called it long right here, thinking it's going to go. And look what happened. I had like a 20-cent stop, I think, on that one and stopped out. And the actual entry, the way we teach, would be let it trade for 30 minutes and then buy a break at the 30-minute high, which would have been right here. And because I screwed up on the last call, I ended up missing this one. It's like I hesitated to take it. So that was my blunder of the day, but still made twice my daily goal today, thanks to Ross Stores and some great posts in the room by some of our members as well. B-Turk, I don't have it right in front of me. One of our all-stars, B-Turk, literally called GMCR at 54. You ready for this? 54.76. It went down to 54.72. And from 54.76, how high did it go? Over $1, 55.88. Just a beautiful call there. And I'll tell you what, the other All-Stars made some great calls today too. I just didn't have time to copy and paste them, so I can't give them in this video. I don't mean to do a disservice to them. They're so valuable to have those All-Stars in there. And I know the proper thing to do would be for me to go over all their calls in these videos as well each day, but then I would be doing, you know, these videos, I would have to do like an hour of reading, going back over all their posts before I make these videos. And at some point, I want to have a life in the evenings too. So suffice it to say, the All-Stars in the chat room are just amazing. And I think, bear with me. Okay, I thought that was all my calls, but I also mentioned CLF. If you've seen the videos about our green line plays, see this green line right here? it's a valuable tool, and I called CLF right here at 21 even, 15-cent stop. Now this isn't a great example, but it did go to 21.20 over the next 15 minutes, and because it was lunchtime, I told everybody I was taking it off table here at 21.20. So I made a few sandwiches on that one. EXXI, I lost a dime on trying to bottom feed right here. I liked it because it had shape. You're getting a green candle, and it was, at the time, it wasn't all the way down here. At the time, it was visiting recent lows right here. So you keep in mind, it wasn't all the way down here at the time. So it made sense to me. It was already down 3. It was on its like 4th day down in a row to an area that might have done a stop run in reverse. So anyway, that one I lost about a dime there. And then late in the day, MNST, which somebody said is getting killed in after hours. Doesn't matter because I wasn't talking about a swing trade. I called MNST because of this little volume spike here and MNST's recent strength. I simply called it, this volume put it on my radar. I didn't even have it on watch. Called it a 50.35 dime stop, and look what happens. Just like that, we got like a 30-cent move. I'm always a seller into shape, and then it was chopping around the rest of the day. So I think, hopefully, I've covered all my calls from today. Another great day. Love the chat room, guys. You guys are doing a great job, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.